Hey guys, this is Nathan and welcome back to FTB Beyond from the CreedCraft server. So I have made up another one of these industrial craft compressors and these guys are just incredibly slow. So I wanted to make some overclocker upgrades and we need to make coolant cells for that. Well, to make coolant cells we need fluid solid canning machines and these are pretty simple to make. Now I have the recipe set up here. We're going to create a pattern for this just so that it is a lot easier to do. And which one of these do we have space in? This one. Okay, so now we should be able to make that canning machine. And it looks like I have caps lock on. Whoops. Okay, so let's go ahead and make this. We have everything available. And come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Okay, so now the other thing that we need for this is Lapis Powder. Now, or Lapis Dust, I guess. Now, to make this stuff, I believe, yeah, sag mill. We can run it through a sag mill. So we just need to take some lapis and throw it into the sag mill. This is pretty simple. So that will make us the lapis dust, and because we have the dark steel balls, we will get more than what we put in. That is pretty nice, actually. And I want to say thanks to you guys that recommended that I use the dark steel balls. I had no idea that those were that good. So now we're going to go ahead and drop this fluid solid canning machine here somewhere. I'm going to drop it right here because I have an exporter on the back of this generator exporting coal. So we don't need access to the generator anymore. This thing has power, and now we need to put in some water and some lapis dust. So I suppose we should get down here and grab some water and make an infinite source. That would probably be the best idea. I have not been really focused on getting some of these resources available, and that kind of messes with me sometimes. So I think what we'll do is we'll put it right here. And I broke way too many blocks thanks to Instamine. So we'll put one here. And back down we go for number 2. And back up we go. Yay. So here we go. Right there. So now we have that, we should be able to put this in, and we want this to drain from cell into tank. So that will put water into the machine slowly. Wow, that was a little bit of a lag spike. So that will give us back our bucket, and we have 1 millibucket of water in here. Now we will grab the lapis powder, wherever it might be. See, you can see we got 30 extra out of that. So we need 8 of these per bucket of water, I believe. So now we need to switch the tanks. We need to we need to fluid enrich tank or cell. And we will drop 8 of these in there. And that should make our IC2 coolant that is required for the overclockers. I just want to see, will this work? That still doesn't work. That is so annoying. But we have one of those, so now we will need to switch the tanks once again. And then we need to go to fill cell from tank, and we need to make a cell. So let's go ahead and make another pattern here. Now these cells are really easy to make. We need the empty universal cell. This is just a glass pane and some tin item casings. I believe we have that stuff available. The glass panes may not be in auto crafting, but I think they are available. So we'll just go ahead and put this in here. We need to look up the cell. Here we go. Let's go ahead and start that. Everything is available. Let's run that through, and there we go. So I believe we need 3 of these to make the overclocker. So the overclocker, yeah, we need 3 10K coolant, which requires 10 plates and universal fluid cells filled with IC2 coolant. So I'm going to make a few more of these. We can put quite a few overclockers in these guys basically until we run out of power. So I'm going to get a little bit done there, and I will be right back. So what I have found out is that a single generator, one of these coal generators from Industrial Craft, can't keep up with 4 overclockers in a compressor. 3 of them it does fine, but it's getting a little bit of excess power. Now with 2 compressors, if you put 2 overclockers in each one, it seems that the generator keeps up exactly. So that's what I've got set up here. We are making diamonds. We've gotten a few of them so far. Now, of course, this is a process that can be automated, as we can see from the fact that I have the exports and things here. And so I don't know for sure if I want to automate it or just have it to where when I start getting a huge excess of pulverized coal, that I want to run that through the system. Not sure what I want to do there. But for now, I do have this stuff set up. Now, one thing about having these machines here is we can't move them, and now I can't open these chests. The reason we can't move them is if we were to go ahead and try to break these with a pickaxe like we would with anything else, they turn into an item casing. So to pick them up and move them, we need to make a wrench. So down here we have the wrench from Industrial Craft, and this guy is just some bronze ingots, but we can do a little bit better than that. So if we look at the uses on the wrench, we can add a small power unit to it, and we get an electric wrench. Now I think that we can charge that in here. Maybe not. Maybe we do need to make a bat box for that. So the bat box is just a storage unit for power in Industrial Craft, and that is right here. So this is the RE batteries and the insulated tin cable and some planks. So we should actually have everything that we need there. And I will set up a couple of recipes here real quick so that we can make the wrench and the bat box and things like that. And I might just go to the next step up. We have the CESU, which is a little bit better. This takes advanced RE batteries, which that would give us a use for some sulfur and lead, but these guys are not upgradable, and so I think it might be better just to go straight to the MFE, which takes energy crystals, unfortunately. But these do hold a lot of power, and they have a high output capacity, and they can be upgraded into the MFSU, which is the next tier of energy storage. So I might have to just go ahead, bite the bullet, and do this. We've got the 2x insulated gold cable, which makes sense. It's 2 pieces of rubber with a gold cable. Gold cable is same as any other cables. If we look at the energy crystals, and it's just a basic machine casing. The energy crystals, these are 9 energium dust through the compressor, and this energium dust is diamond dust with redstone. Now, I am interested to know if there's any easy way to get diamond dust. It does not really look like it. We have actually additions or the crusher from Industrial Craft. So I do not have either of those. And, ooh, we could also make solar panels. I had totally forgot about that. So this would be another use for our coal dust. And we could start making solar panels, and these are upgradable. We need a low voltage transformer to take that into the low voltage solar array. Then that one takes medium voltage to go into the medium voltage solar array, and so on. And eventually we can put it on a hat. And there you are. You just need to die. So I'm gonna do a little bit of thinking about that and decide what we want to do, because yeah, coal is something that I don't really want to have to use for power. So I will figure out what I want to do as far as that is concerned, and I will be back in a little bit. So I went ahead and just made up a standard industrial craft wrench so that I could pick up my industrial craft machines. I have moved the compressors and the generators over there, and I am not going to be placing back the fluid solid canning machine until I need it. But I've been thinking about what it is that I really want to do here involving industrial craft, and I think we are going to try to get into it fairly heavily. We're going to still be taking it a little bit slow because I was trying to decide where I was going to put these things, because they really don't fit in with a dwarven build. And so I think what we're going to do instead is say that the elves that we are going to be putting over in the area by this lake are going to be a bit more high-tech than the traditional elf. So things like our industrial craft machines will be able to go over there, but things like the Ender IO machines and thermal expansion machines, these environmental tech machines, those will all be able to go over here with the dwarves, and they should be able to fit in fairly easily. But so because of that, we are going to want to start getting some decent power generation. So I did make up the recipes for a couple of things, but we still have a lot of stuff that we're going to have to craft by hand, because all of the crafters here are full of patterns. So, oh no, I guess we have room for 3 more here still, but that will not go very far. So we could possibly take out the patterns for whatever environmental tech, but I don't really want to. And I even had to put a couple of the industrial craft patterns down here with the refined storage stuff. But so we are going to just pull up industrial craft here for the patterns that we need, and we are going to be making up the Macerator next. So the Macerator is a fairly simple one to make. We need a basic machine casing, an electronic circuit, cobblestone, and flint. Now, of course, we're missing 2 of those things, so we will make up a basic machine casing. Pretty simple thing. And we have already used all of the forge hammers. Wow. So there's our basic machine casing. And what was the other thing that we needed there? An electronic circuit. Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and make one of those. And there we go. Okay, so that will make up the Macerator. And this, for now, we will just place on top of the generator. It should get power right away. And the generator will be struggling to keep up here pretty soon when we add this stuff. So we're going to take these diamonds that we've been making, and let's just see here. On these Energium dust, we need 4 each. That makes 9. We need 4 of those. So we need 16 diamonds to go through here, is what I'm getting from that. We're going to take these overclockers out of that, put them in here, and we'll just see, is that going to keep up now? Kind of looks like it. So we do have a few more overclockers, and I thought this was kind of interesting. This actually shows how accurate the speed is on this thing. If we can get the generator to drain, yeah. So once the power starts draining here in the Macerator, I'll be able to remove 2 of the overclocker upgrades, and this will hold perfectly steady if it's the same power consumption as a compressor. So there was a bit of lag, but now you can see the power is holding perfectly steady. So this single generator will keep up with 2 machines with 2 overclockers. So I'm going to go ahead and drop these 2 extra overclockers in there. We're going to be making up a few things here, so I guess we'll go ahead and take these and make some Energium dust. Drop this in there. So there's 27 of those. We've almost got all of it. Now these need to run through the compressor 9 at a time, and we will see the generator cannot keep up now, and our machines are going to start running out of power. But here in just a second, the macerator is going to be done. So really it doesn't matter, because yeah, this, well, I guess the macerator is going to charge before it gets that. But we'll go ahead and make up the last of these energium dust and drop this in here, and we will have our 4 energy crystals that we need to make an MFE. So there's those, and yes, these do not stack, which tells me that the recipe that I have probably won't work either. So if we go with, let's go ahead and just drop these in there. If we go with the MFE pattern, did I not make the MFE pattern? It does not look like it. So let's just go ahead and come over here and grab the MFE. We need to make 4 double insulated gold cables. So let's go ahead and start that. That should be done really quick. And now we'll try to make the MFE and just see, okay, what were we missing? The basic machine casing. Once again, very simple. Just a little bit of time while the system crafts it up, and there we go, an MFE. So now this will store excess power from our generator. Now, I'm trying to remember how this works. There is a single output on this. So all sides are input except this one, and this one is our only output. So that kind of sucks, but this will hold 4 million EU, whereas our generator only holds 4,000, and each of these only hold 1,300. So, and I think, no, it does not change if we pull the overclockers out. That's only if we put a transformer upgrade in. This increases the energy input tier, but oh no, it's energy storage upgrade. Increases it by 10,000 EU, which is not a whole heck of a lot considering. But I think I'm going to do a little bit of wiring here, try to get to where all of these machines are running off of the MFE instead of the generator directly. And to do that, of course, we are going to need some cables. Now, I am kind of curious. In inventions, the overload capacity of industrial craft cables had been disabled, and I don't know if that is the case here or not. So once again, let's look up industrial craft. What? So I am just going to make some insulated copper cables. I really don't think... Ooh, there is now a loss on these. So we don't want to transmit for a long distance. Now it is only 0.2 EU per block, but I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to make up 10 of these. That should be enough to handle whatever we might happen to need to hook up here. So there's that. We're going to pick up our machines once more. Looks like they all worked just fine. So now if we lay out the cable here, I'm just gonna do that many, why not? And why not? We'll drop the... Whoa! Okay, so no, that scared me. I actually literally jumped there. So no, we have to make sure that we have cables capable of handling the power. So we have the capacity of putting out... Oh no, it was the machine that couldn't handle the power. I'm glad I used the fluid solid canner. So we need to make some of those transformer upgrades. Now these will take the medium voltage transformer, which is just a basic machine casing and insulated cables. And then we also need an electronic circuit, some gold cables, and some glass. So that's pretty simple. It's just going to take me a little bit to get that all figured out. So on this MFE, what power tier is that? MFE. This is power tier 3, so we would need 2 of those power transfer or transformers. Or I guess what we could do, this would be a much simpler solution. Let's go ahead and make a bat box. We should have everything in the system for auto crafting. So once again, industrial craft. Oh, I'm still kind of shaking actually from that. So we need 3 of these batteries. We need, what else did we need for that? We need some tin cable. And then that should be everything. There we go. So we have a bat box. And then we are going to need some power transformers. So we are going the high side at 128, low side at 32, which that is what we need. So this is more tin cables and a coil. Coil is copper cables plus tin, and of course we don't have any of those. I'm just going to make up 64 of these. That will make life much easier. So there's our coil. We need some of these tin cables again, and I'm just going to make up 10 of those. And so that should be everything that we need to make... Oh, not quite ready. There we go. So we have our low voltage transformer. So we have a single output on the MFE, but it has a high storage capacity. Now if we put this on here, let's take a look at this. Okay, so facing away from me, I have 5 on the out. Okay, so in all actuality, let's just see what happens when I right-click on this once it faces me. Oh, that is gonna suck. Okay, so how do I get this to face the correct direction? Oh, that is the wrong direction. Okay, so we need the smaller one. Wow, that made me jump again. I am sorry. That was actually funny. Okay, so we need the single one there, and then we can pull our copper cables off of here. Okay, so there's actually a GUI on these now. So I'm not sure how that all works. Now if we put down a bat box here, nothing is happening. Okay. Input 128, output 32. Nothing is happening. I don't understand, or do I have this on wrong? Let me do a little checking and see what I can figure out here. And I'll try to get this actually to work to take the power from the MFE and put it into the bat box. Well, I am really sorry for being such a derp when it comes to industrial craft. So the first problem is the MFE puts out 512 EU a tick, whereas this low voltage transformer can only take 128 EU a tick. So that's the first problem. The second problem is that the 5 sides, or the 5 dots, is the high voltage side. So we needed to make a medium voltage transformer first, and this will allow us to go from the 512 down to 128, and then we can go with a 100 or a low voltage transformer, and that's not the right direction, and I just broke my wrench. But now we can go the 128 here, and now this will output 128 EU or 32 EU, and it should be able to output it into here, and there we go. Now we are charging our bat box. Now, I don't know for sure. I seriously doubt that these machines are capable of handling 128 EU a tick. I want to check here. So, the medium voltage, I'm assuming that is going to be tier 2. And these machines, I believe, only take tier 1. Well, this one is not. Yep. That is exactly what it looks like. So we do have to run on the low voltage unless we get some transformer upgrades. So for now, we're just going to run on the low voltage. So we can output directly from the bat box. We can also output directly from the transformer. And I guess we can output directly from the generator as well. So we will have a lot of power available to these machines now, and it will store it in between uses. And we're going to have to make ourselves a new macerator as well. But at this point, I have tons of coal balls to compress, and we have 6 overclocker upgrades total. So let's go ahead and see what these are capable of doing now. They should not run out of power. Let's see, the bat box is holding steady, and this guy is slowly dropping. But yeah, for now, this system will work. We have room for more machines over here, and wow. All that I can say is, wow, I am so sorry for being such a noob when it comes to industrial craft. I was saying to my family here a little while ago that I have not really done a lot with industrial craft since 1.6.4, so that's been a while ago. And like I said, in inventions, this exploding stuff with the power was disabled, so I didn't even have to worry about that stuff there. So yeah, you'll learn the hard way sometimes. But anyway, I think that with that, we are probably going to be done for the episode. So I'm going to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to give a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you have any thoughts about what I've been working on or something that I could work on, be sure to leave that down in the comments. Don't forget about Patreon. Link is in the description. And I will see you next time. Bye. That is so weird.